Hey guys, it's Buddha Gem, and I saw the long-awaited Pwn video by the Angry Canuck, Realist Canuck. I forget which one he posted it on now, but nothing really surprising. He attacks Amendum, Luke 12,000, me, Grey Tex, the Amazing Atheist, and Bella the Happy Loser. I'm not familiar with everybody here. Bella the Happy Loser, I don't know much about. Grey Tex, I don't know. Anyways, we're all far left wackos, according to this Canuck. So I'm just gonna briefly chime in on some of the stuff he said about me. Basically, the last video I did about the Realist Canuck, still works for what he says in this Pwn video. It's more of the same. He's claiming, one, that Noam Chomsky is a conspiracy theorist, and I'm a conspiracy theorist. This is from a guy who doesn't read books, is very ignorant of the world and politics, and yet he likes to talk about it. So I don't understand that. I have a hard time believing he's serious. Sarahan said the same thing. I think a lot of us, we watch his videos and he's so over the top, ridiculous. And I don't say that in a mean way. I mean, I disagree with a lot of people, and I don't get that feeling, that they're just being ridiculous. I do get that feeling with this Angry Canuck. He's just so ridiculous. So anyways, anybody who's read Chomsky should know that Chomsky, one of the biggest criticisms of Noam Chomsky from the far left, from the real far left, not the made-up far left that the Canuck talks about, but the real far left, people like Michael Prenny, the main criticism is that Chomsky is too dismissive of conspiracies regarding the assassination of JFK, for instance, and in more recent events, the events of 9/11. And yet, this guy seems to think that Chomsky is a conspiracy theorist, and as his proof, we love those air quotes, as his proof, he plays a clip of Chomsky talking about how every power system on the planet loves it. You don't really, from the clip, you don't get the context of what Chomsky's talking about. What the Canuck tries to do is claim that what Chomsky's saying is that every power system on the planet, the Chinese, the Russians, the Indonesians, they love 9/11. And that's not what Chomsky says. You can read his book, his little collection of interviews, 9/11. There's plenty of material out there about Chomsky talking about 9/11. And he's not saying that these countries, these power systems, these elites in these countries loved the murder and death of 3,000 Americans. That's not what, there's no conspiracy. Chomsky is completely dismissive of 9/11 conspiracy theories. And what he's saying, however, is that the United States plays a unique role in world events. We are the lone superpower at this point, militarily, economically, other things. A lot of that's hanging in the balance at the moment, but we play a unique role in that what we do sets precedents for other countries. Now, we don't always like that. A lot of the literature that's come out since the Bush Doctrine has been enacted, it's one thing to write a Monroe Doctrine or a Bush Doctrine and have literature about it. But to make it real and concrete, it has to be followed by action. There has to be an example, real-world example, like Iraq. To make it real, and it sets precedents. The invasion of Afghanistan sets a precedent on a world scale. It's not a conspiracy. It's a fact of being a leader. Other countries look to that and now this is acceptable. That's what Chomsky's talking about. Within the power structure, geopolitical power structure, the United States has set a precedent, and since nobody has really opposed it in any meaningful way, that precedent becomes almost a normal thing. What we did in Iraq was the supreme crime for Germany when they, invading and aggressive war, as it was called in the Nuremberg trials. So what Chomsky's essentially saying is there's no conspiracy. It's not that the Chinese are, conspiring with the Indonesians or the Russians. It's that these separate entities, independent to some degree, look to the United States and act accordingly. This preemptive strike and these erosion of civil liberties through things like the Patriot Act and whatnot set precedents that other countries, it doesn't mean they follow them in lockstep, but it gives them more wiggle room as far as the international consensus is to crack down on dissidents in their own country, like Chechnya, for example, in Russia, the Muslim separatists in China. You can go on, and you label these groups terrorists, and you crack down, and you say, look, we're doing it just like the United States. That's what Chomsky's talking about. There's nothing conspiratorial about what he's talking about. It's just real-world politics, and as a realist, a supposed realist, I would think the Canuck could understand that, but apparently he doesn't. I do appreciate the angry Canuck calling me one of the kings of the far left. I'm gonna trade this hat in for a crown. Probably get a scepter and probably need a little throne, I guess. Start doing my future videos as one of the kings of the far left. So thank you, the realist Canuck, for recognizing my noble. He's such a joke. So anyways, and I'm not going to get into the things he said about Emendum, Luke, Great Text, Amazing Atheist, Bella the Happy Luke. The guy's ridiculous, and I don't take him serious. And if you really want to get into the conspiracy theory thing and Chomsky, just read some Chomsky. There's plenty of information out there. I don't need to defend Chomsky. But, should be, anybody who's read him should understand that, it's one of the silliest things that you could level against Chomsky, and it really just illustrates the ignorance of the Canuck. And one last thing I want to say: who is this guy in the beginning of the video with the Canuck? He brought this guy into Stickam. I don't know if he's on YouTube or not, but the guy is retarded. But the Canuck seems to think like he's this smart guy that he brings into, like he's got this smart friend. He's gonna, I don't know. Does anybody else know who the guy is? If you don't know who I'm talking about, watch the video. This is a response to. He's right in the beginning. I don't know. Maybe he's on YouTube. I just don't know about it. I've seen him in Stickam, and then I've seen him on this video. The guy's a joke, but then the realist Canuck's a joke. So I don't know. I only have like a minute left, so probably rambled on long enough. I am working on some other material. Hopefully I'm going to get that out tonight. Okay? So peace, everybody, and look forward to some new stuff coming out. All right? Hope you guys have a great weekend.